one of my favorite childhood games is Minecraft. I like how you can build almost anything, limited by only your imagination. Whether I was playing in creative mode where I could fly around and have unlimited resources, or playing survival mode where I could fight off monsters and try my best to survive. Well, I feel the urge to share a story with you. A story about a very creepy experience I had while playing this game. It all started when I was in my room and on my computer. I decided to open up Minecraft and start a new world. I liked the feeling of starting a fresh new world from the ground up. When I spawned in my new world, I immediately got to work. I chopped some trees down, crafted a crafting table, and made some tools. And I kept some wood left over so I could build a house. When I constructed my house, I then went out to find food and wool so I could eat and craft a bed. I killed the last sheep and I had 3 blocks of wool. I had plenty of planks, so I made a bed and slept, since it was starting to get dark. The next morning, I decided to try and find a cave so I could get some cobblestone and maybe some ore. I soon found a cave and started mining. I mined for a while and then I noticed the sun starting to set, since I wasn't too far away from the way I entered. I exited the cave and started heading back to my house. But as I was almost there, I thought I saw something in the woods that my house was built next to. It wasn't a zombie or a creeper or any other typical mob you might encounter at night. I thought I saw a tall, dark red creature with black, empty eyes looking at me. But when I turned toward this mysterious thing, it vanished. I thought it was just my imagination playing tricks on me, so I went back to my house and went to sleep. The next morning, I went back to the cave I found yesterday and mined some more, but my pickaxe broke. I didn't think ahead and craft a spare one, and my crafting table was back at my house. So I went back to my house, crafted a stone pickaxe this time, and went back to the cave. I mined until I noticed the sun starting to set, so I headed back towards my house. But then I saw that dark red creature from yesterday in the woods, staring at me. But this time, he wasn't alone. There was another dark red creature that looked just like him. As I turned to face these odd-looking entities, they vanished just like before. I was starting to feel a bit paranoid, as I felt like I was being watched by those things. But I quickly pushed that feeling away from myself, as I went back to my house and went to sleep. Days and days passed in the game as I was seeing more of those dark red creatures in the forest. There were 3, then 4, then 5, and so on and so forth. Until one particular night when I was walking back towards my house, I looked toward the woods to see if those red creatures were there again. But they weren't there this time, so I assumed they were gone. But as I approached my house, I was shocked to see that my house was on fire. I started to panic as I desperately tried my best to put out the flames. I managed to do so, but my house was pretty much destroyed. But my house was small, so this didn't really faze me. I was rebuilding my house when I noticed a sign on the back. It read, "Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide," in all caps. I suddenly heard a low growling noise. As I turned toward the source of the noise, I saw all those dark red creatures looking from the forest. They were all tall and slender, with long arms and black empty eye sockets, staring at me. Suddenly, without warning, they all charged toward my character and started clawing at him. My character lost all its hearts and died. But the game over text, instead of saying, "You died," it instead read, "Caught you." I went back to the main menu since I couldn't respond, and my world got deleted. It's been a few months ever since that experience, and I still haven't gotten over it. I've never told anybody about this until now because I was sure nobody would believe me. But now that you have listened to my story, I must warn you. If you are playing on a Minecraft world, old or new, and you see some tall, dark red creatures when you're walking around at night, then leave your world and maybe even delete it if you can, because you might not be alone in your world.